Hi class, I wanted to give you a little bit of assistance with DMA 30, starting with section 1. Remember, with all my videos, make sure you pause, write notes, and then restart and replay the each of my videos just in case you need to write something down, or I would advise everybody, for great learning purposes, try to work the problem before I give the answer. That would be your great best way for learning. So let's get started with a few problems. I already marked a few problems that I wanted to go over. These problems should help you with the whole section. Starting with number 1, I'm going to click on view an example. It says find the ratio. Ratio always means write it as a fraction. So when you have a numerator, denominator with the word with the divisions are here. Anytime you see the word 2, which is right here, we're going to change that 2 into a divide bar. So we have 9.82, so 9.82 1000. Now this is how we set it up, but for all problems, it's probably going to ask you to write it in the simplest form. This is where we're going to use the calculator to help us out with these particular problems. The viewing example kind of works it out long-wise as far as simplifying fractions, so you do not have to do it this way. So I'm going to show you how to put it in the calculator to get the result of 49 over 5,000. So here's my calculator that I have saved here, if I can find it. Okay, so the problem was 9.8 divided by, or 2, remember the 2 means the division, 1,000, hit math, and then we're going to go to the fraction, so we're going to hit enter twice, once and then twice to get our answer, and see how we get 49 over 5,000. So this is basically all we need to do for this particular problem. Go back to my other screen. So this is how they got the answer here. Let's move on to another one, number 4. So once again, I have the 2, so it's basically the same option, but I'm going to remind students how to put the mixed number into the calculator. So this problem, going back to the viewing example, I'm going to do 28 1/3. So remember alpha here, and then number 2. So 28 1/3. So slide it over, make sure you see how it's still underneath here. Make sure you slide it over so we can start fresh. Hit divide, and let's go get the other number, which is going to be 1 and 2 over 15. 1 and 2 over 15. So number 2 again, 1 and 2 over 15. And then again, you slide it over just to make sure we're done with it. So here's my two ratio. I'm going to hit enter, or you can hit math, enter the same thing. But here we got 25. So this is where I'll make sure you understand with these two particular problems. The question asks to make sure you write the fraction in simplest form, because we want to make sure we write it in a ratio. What does ratio mean again? It needs to be in a fraction. I understand our answer for this problem is 25, but how do you write 25 as a fraction? You put it over what? You got to put it over 1. So if you put just 25 in the answer, it's going to just mark it wrong. You have to make it as a ratio for these particular problems when it asks for write as a ratio. So this is why this answer should be 4 over 1. Number 6, for this one here, again, look for the word 2. That 2 is going to be our key word that lets us know where the division part goes. So let's look at a viewing example. Find the ratio of the longest side. If you look at these 3 numbers, which one has the longest side? For a right angle, it's always opposite it, which is called the hypotenuse. 25 will be our longest side. So that goes on top. Longest side to the perimeter. What does perimeter mean again? Perimeter means when you add up all the sides. So adding it all up equals 60. So longest side to 60. So 25 over 60. should be our answer for this problem. Now again, make sure you always simplify your work, because right here it will say to write the ratio as a simplified fraction. So when you go to the problem, remember, type this in the calculator, hit math, enter, and then it reduces it for you. 5/12 would be the answer for this particular problem. So once again, just another example. Reading the problem here, it says write as a ratio. Ratio meaning, again, needs to be a fraction. What comes first? Red marbles. So in this case here, let's look at an example. If I had to write the ratio as a red marbles, what is a red marbles? Red marbles is 825, so that goes on top. 2 black marbles, which is 75, so that goes here. Again, you do not have to work it out like they did here as far as showing your work. Put it in the calculator, and you should get the answer to be 11. But again, you have to put it as a what again? A ratio. So that's why we put it over 1. The last one I want to go over is number 14. And for this one here, anytime they say, this time here, they changed the 2 now to per. So when we're trying to find the unit price, so at the answer for the first one, dollars per ounce. So when we need to find the dollars per ounce, it's going to be dollars per. This time, instead of 2 being the division, the word per is the division. So $1.69 per ounce, which is going to be 18 ounces. Put this in our calculator, reduce it, and we get this answer to be here. Do the same thing for the second part. Put them in here. This is our per, remember. Put in here and make sure we get our answer for here. Now, this one did not say write as a ratio, so we don't write a ratio. We can just write the answer just like we have it here. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.